Welcome to Reiki. I'm glad you're here. Let's spend some time together. This is part 3 in a 4-part series. About finding and living your purpose, your unique life purpose. In part 1, we sat in meditation with some guidance and then some silence and a gesture of receiving. To get some clarity around what our purpose might be. And I know you might not want to share that in a public forum. So maybe you don't want to leave that in the comments in terms of what you heard. But it would be so fun for me if you'd reach out via email and let me know what you heard or saw in your vision, in your receiving about your life purpose. Quick reminder here that if you saw something huge that you think would take years to accomplish, or if you saw something really small and that your conscious thinking mind interprets as too simple, that it's okay because you saw exactly what you're supposed to see for now. So I've had an inner knowing since my second Reiki attunement that took place in the fall of 2017 that I was supposed to be offering healing to the world, and that was my true purpose. But do you know what I actually heard when I did this meditation for myself? Was just be. So if I were typing in the comments and I were saying what my purpose is today, that answer would be just be. So what does that tell me? That tells me that maybe I'm too busy and I needed to carve out some time to just be. So to me, just be is kind of a small, easy task, really, more of a task than a purpose. But since that's been coming up for me over the past week, since we did this together, In the second video, I encouraged you to sit with your vision of your life purpose, or to walk with the focus of your life purpose in your mind, or to do yoga with the focus of your life purpose in your mind. As I've done that this week myself, what has bubbled up for me is some frustration, because this is a really busy time. Since that meditation, most of my time has been spoken for. In that second video, we tuned into what is the next step. So video 1 was about really getting a vision for our purpose. Number 2 was asking Reiki to help show us what the next step was. And our meditation today is to ask, what are the barriers? What are the barriers? What are the things preventing me from stepping into my purpose? So in my example, my big purpose was really to completely shift careers from a full-time teaching career into a full-time healing career. And that's big, right? That's a huge disruption to life. That's lots of moving parts, lots of changes. It's been 5 years since I had that internal knowing that this is what I was supposed to be doing full-time. But I've held that vision, that light, since that moment when I felt the gift of healing presented to me and placed into my left palm like a giant diamond. I've held that vision and asked for lots of guidance and help along the way. And I've gotten to see this mission and purpose grow. So maybe this small purpose that I'm tuning into now is a direct support for my big purpose. In other words, I need more time to just be. And as I just be, I will hear more from God. I will see more visions. I will have deeper understandings. I will have more rest. And that just being will support my greater purpose. So I share those two personal examples with you today because even though your example is probably quite different from my example, maybe it can help you see how smaller moving parts work together with larger purposes. And they all help us move toward fulfillment, peace, and happiness. Feeling content and like we are where we're supposed to be. So I hope my personal sharing helps a little bit here at the beginning before we step into today's meditation and guided healing, which will invite you into a conscious connection with any barriers, roadblocks, energetic systems that are keeping you separate from your purpose. So I invite you to close your eyes and take some good deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And today, as you breathe in, I want you to breathe into your third eye. Envision your breath going right into the center of your knowingness. I invite you to tap on your own third eye very gently. And then I'd like you to tap on the top of your head and your heart space. And then on your heart space and your gut. And then I invite you to tap on your temples. And we're going to do an energetic washing. So you can take your hand over the back of your head and down your neck and arm. And then over the top of your head and down the back of your head. Down your neck and shoulders and torso and back. Hips, knees, and feet. So this energetic washing is removing any barriers to you being able to get into a good deep meditation today. So it's removing barriers that are keeping you from seeing barriers. See that? And just place your hands on your knees. And warm up your knees. And your thighs. Bringing a sense of peace into your body, into your physical body. Into your soul body. Into your emotions and your thinking mind. And then anywhere else in your body where you feel physical tension. So sometimes when we've gotten a vision of what we're supposed to do, and our thinking mind tells us we can't do that, then stress manifests into sore and tight muscles. So let's just take a moment to ask Reiki energy healing to remove stress from the physical body. Emotional body. And the mental body. And now hold that vision of your purpose. And notice if it's the same as it was when we first tuned in. Whether that was a tuning in the first video in this series, or whether that was a tuning in from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, where you had a vision of what your purpose was. I want you to blow new life, new energy into that vision of purpose. And now, as this vision is clearly in focus for you, ask, what are the barriers to me moving forward with this purpose? What are the barriers to me moving forward with this purpose? What are the barriers to me moving forward with this purpose? And now, as these barriers have come to your conscious mind, we ask Reiki healing energy to help remove them, send them to the core of the center of the earth to be recycled, rejuvenated, regenerated for the good of the whole planet. We're energetically cutting off those barriers. And you can even take your own hands, chop them off, or energetically cut them, separate them. From you and your purpose. And now you have two things that you need to do with this information. One, just like you tuned in with focus every day this last week, as you took a walk or did yoga or sat in meditation with your purpose, you need to check in gratitude for Reiki, for separating you from that thing energetically. So that's number one. It's tapping in and remembering that that tie has been cut. And number two, to bring to light whatever is happening in this concrete 3D world that you need to take action on to get something changed. So my example was just be. So in my calendar, I need to chunk out time to just be. And I need to make that a priority. My big example was to become a full-time healer. So what I need to do in this concrete world is continue to learn and grow in my practice of Reiki healing, to continue to send my message out, to continue to market and accept new clients. Do I need to hire a coach? Those would be the kinds of 3D questions. When I say 3D, I mean in this concrete world. So we've cut those barriers, but now, how do those barriers manifest in our concrete world? And how can we pluck them out gently and easily, if that's our style, or pluck them out quickly, if that's our style? So Reiki, help us to take steps toward eliminating these barriers in our concrete world and moving every day closer and closer to our purpose. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I really hope that it's helping you. I know it's helping me as I tune in and clarify and get rid of excess and hone and focus on the diamond that is my deepest potential. And I hope that my diamond is connecting to and reflecting with your diamond. And that our energies of flow and love and purpose and goodness permeate out and reflect out to the rest of the world. Namaste.